Hey, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another exciting episode of Mike Unplugged, Igniting Your Future. I'm your host, Mike, and as you can tell, I am so excited and fired up about today's episode. You see, it's the first part of a two-part series that is filled with history and historical moments. And you will see how together these two brothers, they transform a high school and a college into what it is today. Now, I'm coming to you a little slightly different this time, and it's simple because I need your help. I need your help on a couple of important initiatives. But first, let me give you a little sneak peek into what I have in store for you. You know, I had the incredible honor and privilege to interview the legendary Sam Stith. He's a remarkable advocate for basketball and a true pioneer in the field. Along with his brother, Tom, their incredible journey is beautifully chronicled in Sam's must-read book, The Greatest Brother Act in Basketball. This book isn't just about the game. It's an inspiring narrative about heart, resilience, and the unbreakable bond of a brotherhood. Now, listen up, because here's where I need your support. I'm inviting you to join me on two exciting actions. First, I encourage you to go out and grab a copy of Sam's book. And after the first episode, I'm going to provide details on how you can get it. It's out on Amazon. And I tell you, it's truly a piece of history, and it's essential for us to pass this legacy and this history down from generations to generations. Second one isn't easy. I need you alongside me to advocate for Sam by using your voice. And let's get him inducted into the National College Basketball Hall of Fame. Your voice truly matters. And we can make a difference and amplify our efforts to ensure that both Sam and Tom receive the recognition that they so rightfully deserve. You know, Tom was honored last year. And I'm sure once you hear the story and once you read the book, you'll see why it's imperative that we push to have them celebrated together. So let's unite. Let's unite for these two important initiatives. And let's celebrate the incredible legacy of the Stith brothers. Together, we can make a difference. Let's get fired up. Let's roll our sleeves up because we have some work to do. Now let's dive into today's episode and celebrate the magic of the Stith brothers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Mike Unplugged, Igniting Your Future. I'm your host, Mike, and I am thrilled to have this remarkable guest in the studio with us today. He is a pioneer and a trailblazer in the world of sports. He is known for his undeniable influence on high school and college basketball. He broke color barriers and paved the way for future generations. His journey not only integrated high school and college, but also left an indelible mark on the basketball history. As the older brother of one half of the most legendary sibling duels in basketball. But his story is not just about basketball or the game. It's about courage, resilience, overcoming tragedy, poverty, and the power of breaking barriers. Join me in welcoming a tribute to history, a beacon for the future, and a testament to what it means to be a blazing trail. Please welcome our incredible guest, Sam Stith.
Hey, that's me.
That's you, Sam. That's you all day long and much more.
It's been a long time. Known you a long time. Appreciate it. I'm happy for you with your studio and stuff.
I want to thank you so much for being able to take time from your busy schedule. As most people may not think so, you are still extremely busy. And I'm just grateful that I was able to get you here and sit down with you. Like you said, we've known each other for a long time. I'm trying to think, my grandson, well, he's 20 now.
Oh, man.
I'm not sure what his age was, but he was a little boy.
He was a teenager. We had him in the camp.
Exactly. I'm going to tell you a funny story real quick. Just made me think about his first time in the camp. My son went with him as well. My son was young too. He come home from the camp. We run bath water for him. He gets in the bath, and we's like, man, we ain't heard from Raymond. We go in there, we check on Raymond, and he's knocked out. He was exhausted.
That's what we do.
You guys wore him out. And the next day, he was ready to go.
Yep.
He had a blast.
Nice young man.
He had a blast. Sam, before we get in, I have a little tradition on my show. I've been recognizing or bringing to the forefront Uncle Nearest whiskey. And some people say, well, you're not going to have none? Well, Sam and I were not big drinkers, but I still want to highlight Uncle Nearest whiskey. I'm highlighting it because I was ashamed to say I did not know the history behind it. Uncle Nearest is well known for being a pioneer in whiskey and being one of the, if not the one, to help with starting his product. And a lot of people just don't know. So I'm telling you, they have nothing to do with the show, but I want to highlight Uncle Nearest whiskey. Go check out the story and go check out Fawn Willis. I believe she's the CEO or she's a co-founder of the company, and she's doing remarkable things. What drew me to her was obviously Uncle Nearest, but when I researched her story, I found out she has an amazing story about overcoming obstacles and tragedies. Yeah. I would love to just sit down with her and talk about how she has turned all those into an amazing company that she's running. So she's doing an amazing job. I really enjoy seeing her on Instagram and the things she's doing. So I just wanted to highlight that. So Sam, before we get into the history of who you are and your brother as well, I have one question for you. And that question is what inspired you to become a trailblazer in high school and college basketball? And were you even aware, you or your brother, even aware of the impactful decisions that you guys made and how that opened up doors for other players?
It wasn't our plan. It just happened. We started playing basketball. Next thing you know, we're integrating private high schools, private colleges, right? Without any idea of just getting an education. Told us we got to get an education, get a job. So our whole thing was, getting a job, a nice job, not working in grocery stores like we did.
Right.
And go from there. But that setting out to be a trailblazer or a pioneer, I used to tell everybody, a pioneer, do it mean that me and Tom was in a chuck wagon pulling a goat behind us or cows?
Right.
I didn't understand what they meant.
Right.
This pioneer stuff, And that's, sort of how it came about. It just happened. It wasn't planned.
So when you hear that, because you are, and when people, I'm telling you, go check out the book. He wrote a book as the Stith brothers, Sam Stith, the greatest brothers act in basketball history. There'll be a link at the end of this interview that will take you to the Amazon to buy this book. We're going to talk a lot about this book, and I'm going to refer back and forth. Okay. But this was a great book. I appreciate you telling me about it, and I checked it out. And I want to make sure, again, it'll be on the link to go check this book out.
I appreciate that. Really. Wow.
Definitely. Because it just has so much history in there. And in reading the book, and I don't know when you was writing the book, if you were aware, you guys were trailblazers. And when you hear that, how does it make you feel?
Great. First of all, I have no idea I wrote this. During the COVID, I started writing stuff. And once I got it together, I said, what am I going to do with this? So I called the School of Journalism at St. Bonaventure, and I got one of the students to make it like a play for him. You follow me? And he started working on it and editing and working. And about 2 or 3 months later, he sent me, a copy. So now, what do I do with it, right? So luckily I got a hold of it's called Book Publishers Den, right? Heidi and Noah. They made it a priority to put this in the right form. They went overtime
to get it
putting
together.
This together, the cover. They did a great job. Next thing I know, they sent me a copy for me to okay it. I go, I don't have to see it. Okay.
Yeah.
And they did it, put it on Amazon, and so far we're doing all right with it.
It's a great book, and I'm going to make sure I talk more about it because it's a book that you can give to your husband, your daughter, your kids, your father. It's a great book with a lot of history in it.
That's what I like.
Yeah. So, tell me about where you were born, Sam.
We're born in Emporia, Virginia, segregated. Emporia, Virginia. I was born in 1937, and it was four of us. My two sisters and my brother Tom. Tom was younger than me.
Okay.
And we lived in a house owned by my grandmother.
Okay.
Right. No plumbing, no electricity. We used 2 outhouses, a well for water, and for heat we put it in the stove at nighttime to warm up, and huge quilts in the wintertime. Huge quilts. But we had apple orchard in the back. I ate more. There's 6 ways to cook an apple. Right. We had all of them. Breakfast, smothered, right? And that was like part of our food. We hardly had anything. Luckily, my uncles on the farm, and they would kill cows and, and pigs and stuff and bring us food. But we didn't complain.
Right.
There's nothing to complain about. You don't know what else is there.
You don't know any better.
Right?
Exactly.
And it was segregated. They had the downtown white only, colored only, that kind of atmosphere. But we hardly had any problems. But we didn't know what we were doing. We were just trying to live. We were one schoolhouse with all the classes, grammar, the one classroom.
Right.
Right. And great teachers, right,
Yes.
who taught us and made it clear to us that, just be careful.
Yes.
You're in the South.
Yes, exactly. Emporia, Virginia, that's where it is?
Emporia, Virginia.
Okay.
My sister was just there, matter of fact.
Was she?
Yeah, for
So-
a funeral, believe it or not.
Oh, okay. So that kind of leads into and you mentioned your uncles. Was it a large family there? Did you have a lot of,
My mother had 5 brothers and 2 sisters
and they were all there?
at the time.
Okay.
All of them was there. Some of them was tough.
Really?
We didn't have any problems, right? If
Uh-huh.
we did, and they were well known. They were well known. I see them cutting hogs' heads off and stuff. Real. It would drive me crazy today. But then it's wow, the head is still shaking from the hog. So,
Yeah, that was
but then it's
fascinating
back
as a
then,
kid.
But now,
Yeah.
But then it was they were tough. It was out of 6, 5 of them was tough guys. 3 of them was Army,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
World War II kind of stuff. So they were bitter.
Yeah.
So bitter sometimes leads to mad with the world.
Right.
They didn't
Exactly.
want to take nothing, but we survived.
So tell me about some of your earliest and fondest memories growing up in Emporia.
Playing we on Sundays, we had a huge front yard, and we played all sorts of games, ring a lever, all.
As a family?
As a family.
Oh, wow,
Also,
that's good.
all sorts of games.
Right.
With the neighborhood kids, was probably maybe 10 of us.
Right.
And our biggest sport was throwing rocks at the freight train that went by. And then one time, an Army carrier for the war took a few shots at us.
Oh,
So
really?
that stopped our main sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll never forget it. Playing and jumping with kids and happy and go lucky like that. No problems in the world.
Right.
Right. We had a great time with that.
So tell me something. I saw a spark when you talked about that memory. How did that make you feel to go back and think about that memory?
We we had a big reunion there about 6 years ago.
Okay.
It's a totally different place now.
Right.
But those memories are with me forever, right?
Yeah.
With the kids playing, us, doing certain things, and good family, right? Even though we had nothing,
Right.
but we had something.
Right. Yeah. That's important. That's really important. And I think that may be missing a little bit today for sure. You mentioned your house. Tell me a little bit more about the house.
House is big, right? And we had, like I said, no running water, no plumbing. We used to go down to the tracks and gather coals to put into the stove. It's a dual stove, wood and coal.
Okay.
So we go to gather the coal for heat at nighttime, and during the daytime we had wood out of the forest. We go grab wood and put that together. And I said me and Tom helped pick cotton.
Yeah.
Right, the new documentary coming out is going from cotton fields to the NBA.
Okay.
And my sister reminded me y'all done pick cotton. You watched your grandmother pick cotton while you and Tom was fooling around, playing with cotton. You didn't pick it. Get that straight. I said, yeah, you're right. But my grandmother, that sight I never forget because she was elderly and she was dragging this bag of cotton, right? And about 300 people on the fields, dragging these cotton bags. And I felt a little bad, but not knowing what was going on. And she was getting paid. She got cheated.
Of course,
She got cheated. 50 years later, I realized she got cheated.
Right.
She got cheated. But I went to the Black Museum in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And they had the bag on display.
Oh, wow.
And a plow on display. I took a picture of it. And when I moved to Arizona, this would shock me. I saw more cotton fields out here than you. I mean, here's what the situation was. Nobody picking it. They had a big machine.
You're right.
Big machines are picking and stacking them. They couldn't have been in Emporia with us.
No. Yeah.
Don't forget, I was like 6. Tom was 4. Then and my sisters everybody's 2 years old.
Okay.
My older sister was
2 years apart.
2 years apart.
Right.
But we had a good time.
That's church.
Oh, you better believe it. St. James. Yeah. That was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And that's real black church.
All day long.
All day long, and we couldn't complain about nothing.
That's right.
And when we moved to Harlem, you couldn't complain about why I gotta go. We never talked back to our parents first.
Right.
Of all, so
that's right.
That's an out.
Yeah.
But church Sundays in New York, we'd go to church, couldn't go to movies in the afternoon. Along that line, they wouldn't let you.
The because of segregation?
No, in New York, we got the Harlem.
Okay, got it.
You got to go to church or you ain't go to movies.
Oh yeah, okay. If you didn't go to church, you wouldn't go in the movie.
You ain't going to movie. You're going nowhere.
Exactly. That's right. If you can't.
But church, St. James.
Tell me about your mom.
One of the nicest ladies you'll ever meet. She worked hard. Drove a cab in the beginning, and when the war broke out, she
really?
went to the steel mill and started working there. The steel mill. Never yelled at us. Just looked. We did our kids. Just looked at us.
Give you that look.
And when she called me Samuel, I know I did something wrong.
That's right.
Everybody called me Samuel. She go, Samuel. I said, oh man.
Straighten up.
So my grandmother was the whipper.
Okay.
But my mother, she go to work, and then her sister moved to New York, and she says, why don't you get the family out of that situation? And I get your job in New York along with me. She's a maid.
Okay.
She's a maid.
Right.
So she packed up and she says, y'all stay here until I get squared away. And once we got to squared away, she moved us to Harlem.
To Harlem.
Great
New
move.
York. To move in there.
Oh, man.
What about your father? That I know you were young.
My father, which is on my mother's side, grandmother's side, he supposed he did something wrong by looking at a person in the wrong way, and they drowned him. You follow me?
Right.
He didn't swim. They said he drowned accidentally. He didn't fish or swim.
So he went around water.
But back then, a lot of Negroes was drowned.
Right.
Or shot in the back accidentally.
Wow.
That was the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Yes.
It was scary, but my grandmother never got over it. He's the only son.
Oh, yeah.
And he was 22.
Wow.
At the time. And I never forget, seeing his body all messed up. And it wasn't from swimming. So then they left us with 4 young kids,
Yeah.
a wife. And that was difficult. I didn't get to know him because, I was 2 years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Tom was just born.
Right.
It was tough times.
Now,
but my uncles would tell me about him.
that was what I was getting ready to say. Who stepped up and kind of helped fill that void?
In Virginia, a couple of uncles.
Okay.
Right, Uncle Bo. His two sons are big-time Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Oh, then I love them.
I know. Today, they go to all the games.
Do they?
And
Man, I'm
we had
jealous
an
of
uncle
that.
that would come by and help. And the neighbors, we were lucky. Neighbors came by and helped.
Right.
And we always sort of had help, And then the big fella, the Lord, was always sort of, y'all just take it easy. I'll get you squared away.
Right.
Don't worry about it. I got something for y'all.
So now you were young when you lost your father, and I think you mentioned in the book they told you that he drowned, but then eventually later on they kind of unveiled a little bit about what they believed happened. When you found it out, how did that make you feel about
Anger.
Anger.
Because the Ku Klux Klan, let's be what it was.
Right.
We can't get revenge.
No.
Revenge is out the window. Revenge is the best way to get revenge is be successful.
That's absolutely.
That's the revenge we're gonna be looking for. And I always said, I was told this: when you look for revenge, dig 2 graves.
That's right.
So my mother, unfortunately, when we got to New York, she didn't last too long. She died at 36 years
Did
old.
she? Yeah, we're gonna dive into that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you were young, but that mean obviously that was a tragedy of not having the opportunity of knowing your father.
I wish I had. Mm-hmm.
Then later on, figuring out he was taken from you. And obviously back then, this is during segregation, there was no justice.
Definitely not.
No justice at all with that. So mom moves to New York. When she moved, how did that make first of all, let's back up. With the tragedy of the family, and I think you already talked about this, how did it affect the family? Obviously your grandmother, you said, never recovered from it.
Right.
How about your mom? And so did she move to New York right after that?
Oh, no. About 6 years later.
Okay. 6 years later.
6 years later.
So now you're older when she left.
When she left, I was 8.
8. Did you understand that she was going there or did it feel like another loss?
I couldn't figure the reason. Right. It's funny. I thought we were doing all right.
Yeah.
As kids, you don't know you're poor.
Right.
Right. And she explained to us, her biggest thing was fear for our lives there.
Yes.
Making a mistake,
especially young boys.
Yeah, they're making a mistake. She used to walk us to school and things. But my younger sister told me that she was scared of what happened to her, years later with my father, that she wanted to get us out of that environment.
Right.
Right. Which was told to me later on, by the way.
Yeah.
At the time, we didn't understand it.
Right.
We didn't feel like we were abandoned because grandmothers are the best people in the world.
Yes, they are.
If you don't have grandmothers, if you don't have grandmothers, you got a problem, man.
Yeah, missing out a lot.
Man, and she was a hell of a disciplinarian, boy. Oh, my back still hurts sometimes. But not Tom. Tom's a nice guy.
Oh, okay. You took the brunt of everything.
I took the whipping, but he was a nice guy. I was nice, but I was a wise guy. Right?
Right.
And I guess that's what I do. But so she worked hard, took in laundry and things like that, plus the cotton fields. So
yeah.
she worked because her husband was a Pullman. Pullman was doing very well.
What was that?
Pullman, train Pullman.
Oh, okay.
Red caps.
Okay.
They call them Pullman, the Pullman Union and all that. He worked as a Pullman, so he did very well.
Okay.
That's probably why we had the houses. We had 2 houses. She had one house. He had one house that she rented out on the same property.
So yeah, you're right. So how could you think that we ain't doing well? We got 2 homes here.
She rents out one to family, but her husband did very well with the railroad.
So your mom makes the decision to go to New York for a better life. Did she have family there, or did she just?
Sister.
Oh, okay.
Her sister taught them to come in there.
Okay.
Her sister was working as a maid, and she said, "I can get you a job, to work alongside me."
Right.
Right. The only problem was it was staying there. She had to stay. She stayed there.
Yeah.
You follow me?
Yeah.
But
how long was it before you guys moved there? Was she there months, weeks?
2 years.
Oh, 2 years.
2 years.
Wow. Okay.
Because I was 10, Tom was 8. So, but she'd come to visit us, in the home.
Sure, she would come back.
Yeah, she'd come back and visit us.
So now you moved to Harlem. You leave in the big city of Emporia. It was big for you at that time.
Everything was big.
Yeah, and now you go to New York, to Harlem. And that had to be an experience.
I'll never forget when she picked us up at the train station. Yellow cab. I never saw a skyline. They had skyline.
Oh, yeah.
Back then. And we were in our glory looking at the buildings and stuff. Then she moved into 140th Street, 101, right, first floor, apartment 15, about eight rooms, huge.
Wow, yeah.
And it had to be out there later on, I'll tell you why. But so we moved in there, and automatically she put us in grammar school. going to the grammar school was dangerous, right? Because we had to walk to another block to get to the school, and she'll walk us to school, right? And nobody came there when she was walking us to school. But then when she wasn't around, we took another block all the way out of the way. Right?
To why?
You get hurt going through that block.
Okay.
They search you, see if you got any money. You know, if you got a dime, we used to have dimes for our cookies and stuff and milk. They take that. So we used to go all the way around, two blocks over and get to school.
To avoid that.
And then come back around. But when she was off, and then later on, my younger sister, the word is this: don't mess with them brothers because they're one they call sister will hurt you.
Is that Virginia?
Yeah.
So you write about that in the book. I was going to say, you talk about, I was going to say, tell me your first experience about being bullied, but it sounded like it was an ongoing thing.
But it got out that, leave them alone. One of the guys, I had to learn how to fight.
Right.
The guy in the building took me and my brother into the schoolyard at night to teach us how to protect ourselves.
Wow.
Right? We wouldn't fighters,
Yeah.
But he says he hit us, he beat us, and we had to start fighting. And it helped me. It sure helped me because nobody messed with me,
At that, yeah.
I ain't look for trouble, but I can handle it.
Now, growing up, where you're, because obviously your brother sprouted up.
I was taller than him at one time.
Okay,
Next thing I know,
he took off.
6'6".
So you were the bigger brother.
Still a bit. When I left, my sister would tell me this: when I leave, don't forget to take time. Take time. Mm-hmm. Take time. Which I had no problem.
Right.
Take time. Where you going? Take time. I said, when I got married, going on my honeymoon, I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear take time.
I said, I don't want to hear it. But they didn't understand.
Right.
I didn't mind. He's the opposite of me.
Right.
Right? And I felt like a big brother, and take care of him. And one of the nicest guys you ever met in your lifetime.
Yeah.
But he just was passive. He didn't, look for no trouble. And he was getting taller. Next thing you know,
he sprouted above you.
Athlete.
You mentioned that you didn't play any sports in Emporia.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry, you did. It was, I guess, who could hit
rocks.
the train first.
Well, you could hit it. You could hit it. Could have been a baseball player.
I was going to say you had to have a heck of an arm.
Oh
there.
man.
So tell me about your first time being introduced to basketball.
We're in grammar school. Mr. Rich Stone, that's the coach of the team, saw us in the hallway and says, "You and you up to the gym after class, after school." And we go up there, and he gives us this ball. It was 5 of us. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? He said, well, I'm going to show you what to do with that, right? So we start passing the ball around. Then it says, you're a guard, you're a forward, you're a center. And I'm like,
what does all that mean? Yeah.
all right. We made the team, right? We couldn't play, we made the team. And then we went to junior high school. 139, right across it. We had to walk. Right here's the school. We'd stay here.
Okay.
And they had this team called the Lucky Sevens. I thought they were the coolest guys around.
Now, the Lucky Sevens, was that your
club team?
So that wasn't the junior high team?
No.
Okay.
We played on the junior high school team.
Okay.
Right? And Tom used to draw crowds like wildfire.
In junior high?
Women run on the court and hugging him. He's blocking shots, and you couldn't come near the basket.
Yeah.
And I said, I got to be like my brother. and Lucky Seven. So one of the who I still talk to today, right? He lives in Florida, Lefty. We call him Lefty.
Uh-huh.
He said, I want you guys to try out for the Lucky Sevens, right? They weren't really ball players. They were more social.
Social group.
But they played, and we joined the team. Then it became a team.
Okay.
We joined the team, they became a team. Then there was the seniors, older guys, 18 and 19. And we used to play against them. We were 12.
Oh, wow. So you playing much older guys.
That's what's good.
Yeah.
And we beat them, right? In scrimmages, we beat them. So then it came and says, you and Tom coming to the varsity now, to the seniors. We respected the elders, so we couldn't
Right.
talk back. So we went like this. So we left the juniors and went with the seniors, and never lost.
So tell me this: you went from the juniors to the seniors. How did those seniors guys feel about you guys? First of all, beating them because it's a lot of pride, and then second, coming up to join them. Did they?
Welcome us,
Did they?
welcome us.
Okay.
They
Good.
welcome us. And the coach, our coach was John Lewis with the juniors,
Okay.
and he was upset
That they lost.
that the seniors took us
Okay. Oh.
from the juniors.
Okay.
He was a junior coach.
Okay. Got it.
And
I
went to-
guess so. I would be too.
We went to the seniors, and matter of fact, I was at a funeral about 20 years ago, and one of the seniors says, "We ain't win no games when you and Tom got there."
Turned that See, I already started turning that organization around. Tell me this though. So, the Lucky Seven, was this a summer league?
It's a club team all year
Okay.
round.
All year round.
Yeah, all
So
year
you
round.
played junior high and the Lucky
Yeah,
Seven.
We played 2 games a night. One junior high school and nighttime with the Lucky Sevens in the same gym.
Oh wow.
Then
Okay.
we'd travel. That became a problem.
When they started traveling.
We had to travel 2 blocks. And when you win, you got to run home. Not from the players, but from the fans.
From the fans.
So we never went to locker rooms, right?
Right.
We went there with and you had to sort of run after beating them.
So tell me.
Hold on, go ahead.
No. So tell me this, because we kind of talked about it a little bit, but in your book, you saying growing up in Harlem or being in Harlem was like a war zone. And you touched a little bit of here and there, but what would you say was one of the main challenges growing up in Harlem?
Ducking drugs.
Ducking drugs.
When you walk out of your building in Harlem, as soon as you walk out, you're the scene of a crime, right? Hypodermic needles kind of drugs. And a couple of guys that I was with died of it. You know, was 16 years old. But it was a big thing with the drugs. No marijuana, you know, just hardcore drugs. And we
Hardcore
know
drugs.
who the dealers were.
Right.
You don't want to know who they were, you know.
Right.
But we knew. We got wise to what was going on.
Right. So I'm thinking, you know, a lot of kids turn to the drugs or the drug dealers because they saw them as people who had money.
There was 2 heroes in the neighborhood: ball players, drug pushers. Because let me jump ahead. At the Rucker tournament, which comes later, they double parked them Cadillacs. I mean Cadillacs, green, and the kids go, "Oh wow, I wanted one."
Yeah.
Oh wow, right? They go, and they could play. The guys who own those Cadillacs.
Oh, really?
They could have been in the NBA, but they had them fancy Cadillacs and women all over them, and the ball players, yeah. But the women, the drugs and stuff was identified with them Cadillacs. We should call it Cadillac Corner.
Cadillac Corner?
Yeah, because every corner had a Cadillac on it, man. You know where they were.
Yeah.
The best looking was the drug person. The best Cadillac to ever come in the neighborhood, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Oh, really?
He had a bar.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
he had this convertible lavender Cadillac.
Lavender.
Park in front of my building sometime, talking to women. And damn, that's nice.
So it was hard growing up and seeing that, not getting entwined up in that.
Family. My sisters and my grandmother warned us, you know, stay away from these. I had to cut a couple guys loose.
Yeah.
You follow me? I'm, you know, along that line.
That went that
But
direction.
you don't want to embarrass your family, first of all.
Right.
And we were lucky. We had a nice building with nice guys.
Right.
I still talk to today. It's only 3 of us left.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But you don't want to embarrass your family.
Would you say that mentality came from initially growing up in a small town? Or
We have issues in Emporia we were in an isolated situation in our house. We went downtown looking for trouble. We didn't go to no stores downtown.
Right.
You follow me? And we went to church, home, food. We got a big barn, a big thing with smoked food that lasts forever. An ice box.
Full.
My wife laughed when I called our refrigerator. What's in the ice box?
That's a refrigerator for the young guys.
But we didn't think too much. See, the problem with life, sometimes you think too much.
Right.
And you think bad thoughts or good thoughts, but just weed that stuff out.
Yeah.
We had preachers down there, that church, man, they scare you.
Yes.
They scare you to like you're going to die.
Going straight to hell.
Going right to hell.
Yep.
Right? So the church had a lot of burn. And we got to New York, though. My aunt was a different story, was good to us. And then another one moved up, the cousin. And then my mother. My mother had 2 uncles that moved in with us, with kids, right? Me and Tom slept in the same bed till we were 20 years old.
Wow.
We had no bedroom. We just 2 of us that slept in the same bed.
So maybe that's why you was concerned about him coming on your honeymoon, too.
Because
Because you didn't have him.
he
Was with you the whole time.
But my aunt came up she was pregnant and had 2 kids. They all lived with us. And it was crowded.
Yeah.
But you couldn't complain back then. You that was out. That was out. It's just another telling you something. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So you didn't say, why are they, doing this and stuff like that. Rough on the women because, with the only one bathroom.
Right. Yeah.
That's punishment.
Yeah.
For women. But they moved in, which my uncle, he wasn't with his wife, but she stayed with him, but he was always around.
Okay.
And I loved him. Right?
Yeah.
Tough guy. He said, go sit down and talk to me and Tom about life,
right?
How to protect yourself and things like that. Then I had one that was the opposite. He was like an opera guy.
Okay.
I used to watch him shaving lotion and singing and putting on watches and jewelry and stuff like that. We were just sitting there we stayed in his room and listened to music. He listened to the shows, The Shadow and the all that. I just loved that guy, man. But he was. I'm going out tonight, it's smooth.
Yeah.
But we lived together. We had a good time. And my sisters, they don't get enough credit. We might want to talk about that.
We are, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying right now, we survived, man.
Now junior high, which was Frederick Douglass Junior High School?
Frederick Douglass.
So you guys went up there and just blowed this school up.
Something like that.
Tell me about it. Tell me about that experience.
We had great teachers. Here's the thing about it. 90% of the teachers were Jewish. Was Jewish. Maybe David Lawyer, Miss Davis, Mr. Barrow, about 4 black teachers, Jewish. The principal, sharp guy, like Mr. Peepers, clean. Never had no trouble, and this is why. You go to his office, he says, well, now I got to call your mother. Never dads. I got to call your mother who's got to take off work and come and talk to me. That scared the living daylights out, so we had no problems.
Right.
Mrs. Shapiro, nice lady, lived in Yonkers someplace, but they had a choice. They ain't had to come and teach in Harlem. You follow me?
Right.
But
okay.
David Lawyer was the music teacher, right? Black guy. He knew Jesse Owens, right?
Wow.
Every Thursday, we had assembly with white shirts and a tie.
Okay.
You had to have a white shirt and a tie. And he brought him to talk to us.
Really?
At the assembly.
Wow.
And I'm like this, because I knew who he said something that stayed with me. He says, young man, because of the color of your skin, you're going to have a very difficult time in life. But I want you to understand something. If an obstacle is placed in front of you, right, never go around it. You go through it or over it. But those are his words, not around it. Some of you might be on the wrong side of the law. try to stay out of that environment. He talked for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. It stayed with me. After I wanted to, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
But David Lloyd, who came when my mother died, he was the first one in my house. David Lloyd, nice, quiet guy. And I didn't want to tell him, but I was taking music.
He was a teacher?
Music teacher.
Okay.
So I was in his class.
Okay, yeah.
You
didn't want to tell nobody you was taking music.
Right. This is holler, man.
Yeah, I can't have that.
What are you talking about? Music? What are you playing? The piano? I said, no. But but I never forget how he said it, right? And then he said something. I beat not a team, but a country.
That's right. Wow.
And came back and couldn't get a job.
Couldn't get a job.
They had him hawking Olympic medals and stuff, but not. He says, I came back, and unfortunately, I couldn't get to show you how things are. I couldn't get a job.
Yeah, that's tough.
They had him race a horse one time. Did you know that?
No.
They had him race a stallion horse, and they gave him a big lead.
Right.
The horse ran him out of the.
I was gonna say I didn't think he beat the horse. Now.
No. But they gave him like way down there, right? He'd run the horse, like where am I?
Right.
But he couldn't get a job.
It's sad that he had to do that.
He couldn't get a job.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah.
So I'm saying times change. More I be honest with you, the more I think about it, then I realize the impact that my brother and I had.
Oh, exactly.
That's lately, by the way. I started thinking when the book and things, I started reading it. We did some damage.
You did. I mean, you went to the junior high school and you guys won championships there. Undefeated. And this leads into, because of that undefeated, you played another team. And I think that's when you changed high schools.
No, that's how it got. What happened was somebody booked a game for us to play this private high school in Brooklyn.
Okay.
St. Francis Prep.
Okay.
Right. And I said, I've never been to Brooklyn. And my sister says, hey, idiot, we go to Coney Island. That's what I thought Coney Island was like Staten Island City.
Right.
She says, so we go to Brooklyn. Hour ride on the train, and we go there and walk into this gorgeous gym. Never saw anything like it.
Mm-hmm.
And all the white guys down there with nice, beautiful white uniforms on, and we had duct tape on our, we had mismatched sneakers and stuff. And the priest told us about the locker room. We don't do locker rooms because we have to run after we beat somebody.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right, but we're in Brooklyn, so we played them. They had a ball player named Joe Quigg on the team, 6'8", ended up playing in North Carolina, and they beat Chamberlain in the NCAA championship.
Oh, really?
He jumped in front, stole the ball, and they won. Joe Quigg. Then a guy named, 3 other guys ended up at St. John's University, NIT champions. They wanted to have a referee, scorekeeper, and everything, like a regular game.
Mm-hmm.
We beat them by about 15, but we beat them physically.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we used to play against older guys.
Exactly, yeah. Y'all were just too strong for them.
Man, then we had to get out the gym, not because we were scared, but we had another game that night.
Oh, okay. So they didn't run y'all out of the gym. It was a different environment.
Yeah, it was different. I had to run from these guys.
Yeah.
And nobody's in the gym. And the referee was Richie Powers. Richie Powers became NBA ref for 25 years.
Wow.
And he never forgot it, right? And so then the priest came to us, Father Tim, who don't need no prayers. He's good. And he says, I want to talk about getting you guys a scholarship. I didn't know how to spell scholarship. I didn't know what he was talking about. To come to St. Francis Prep. You want me to go into that? And I'm like, my sister's, it's an expensive school, but you're going free. It's top private school in the state of New York. So, all right, we'll give it a try, all right? Because we were going to Commerce. Commerce had a ball player named Kyle Ramsey, our hero.
Mm-hmm.
He was in my sister's class, right?
Where? In
high school.
Okay.
Right? I want to go. That's where we were going.
Yeah.
We're going there. Oh, wow. I could play with Kyle Ramsey, who became an announcer for the Knicks for 25 years. And we go there. Now comes the first day. We're outside. They did not tell us there's only one other Negro in the whole school.
So let me make sure I set the. So you go to your school, your first day at school,
Yeah.
and you talk about standing outside with your brother, and you say you kind of looked around. It was a little scary.
Big time. I want to go back home.
And why was it scary?
Never been in that environment before.
Okay.
That's the first time that in that kind of environment.
Yeah.
You follow me? And everybody dressed, with jackets and stuff. And this one guy comes over to me, about 6'6". I found he's a football player. And he says to me, he says, you from Harlem? I went, and my grandmother said, don't be a wise guy. So I said, yes, sir. Now I'm yes, sir.
Black guy?
Huh?
He was the other black
he's
kid.
a white guy.
White guy. Okay.
White guy.
Okay.
He says, I said, well, we took the A train down to 14th Street, went upstairs, took the Canarsie line.
Well, and why did you tell him that? What was his question to you?
His question was, how did we get from Harlem to St. Francis Prep?
Uh-huh.
Right? Like,
Being
this is private school, how'd you get here?
Right.
That's what he was thinking.
Right.
I said, well, we took the A train down to 14th Street, went upstairs to the Canarsie line, then went to Driggs Avenue and walked over. He goes, I mean, what schools you go to? Public school 139. Well, how'd you get from there to this private school? I said, sir, we took the A train down to 14th Street, went upstairs to the Canarsie line to Driggs and walked over. I said, anything else, sir? He goes, I don't understand you. He walked away. I went to my brother. I go, I think we ought to get out of here.
Yeah. I was gonna say, did that make you bolder, or did you be
I
like?
felt good.
Yeah.
Because I know what he was trying to say.
Right.
And it was automatic in my mind, the way he asked that. Like, how y'all get here from Harlem? It wasn't, he could have maybe worded that a little bit different.
Right.
Or don't talk to me at all.
Right.
Now comes a situation. So we go there, right? So now, first day of practice, they put me on the varsity. I have no idea why. Because it's freshman, JV, varsity.
Right.
They shot me right to the varsity. Well, I was ahead of Tom. Right?
And what grade were you in?
I'd be eighth grade.
Eighth grade.
Eighth or ninth,
Ninth grade,
Yeah.
eighth or ninth grade, and they put you on the varsity team.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like this. And they put Tom on the freshman team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I should have been on the JV, junior varsity team.
Right.
The way the system worked. They
Right.
jumped me over all that. I walk in the dressing room, same guys we beat up on.
They open arms to you?
Nope, not one of them came over to me. They ignored me. Even the coach. I went and sat in the corner. I go, they couldn't take a joke. Underneath my breath, I go, they couldn't take a joke.
Then they
try to do something in practice. That didn't work.
They tried to what? Stop you?
Do whatever, dirty and stuff.
Uh-huh.
They look bad. Matter of fact, a couple of students was there. They said, you playing for us? I sat on the bench. The only time I got in was garbage time. 2 or 3 minutes ago in the game, I showed out. Tom is on the freshman. By the way, the whole league is no other blacks but me and him in the whole league.
In the whole league there.
Right, Catholic High School League. Tom was killing them. And the league got together and said he can't be on the freshman team.
Because we can't compete against him.
We didn't see anything like that. He shouldn't be on the freshman team. They skipped over and put him on the varsity. Here comes my problem. I was 10th man. He came on. He became the 10th man. I became the 11th man.
Not the 6th man, the 10th man and the 11th man.
I got in, I'm the last guy getting in. He came, I became the 11th man. He took my spot.
Right.
Nice. He said he could play better than anybody out there except a few guys. And he was still like this. And I'd be moaning, I didn't come in for this and stuff like that. And when we got in, Mike, he got in with maybe 3 minutes ago in the game. Nobody left the gym until we got in.
They wanted to see you guys play.
Then it became a problem. During the game, the students were yelling out, put them brothers in. During the game. Tim was winning, by the way. It was a championship team, by the way.
Which one?
St. Francis.
Okay. When y'all got there, they were championship
they were
team?
Oh, they didn't need us. They had players.
Right.
We didn't change the basketball. We changed the color.
Okay.
We changed the color, but not the play.
The players.
Good league, right? And I looked at Tom. I go, nothing we can do but sit here. And sometimes some spirit that hits you that changes your attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the hallway, and the principal who got us there, Brother Tim, he saw me, and he says, your time will come. And it went right through me, the way he said, you got to see this guy. He says, your time will come. He said, your time will come. And it went right, it hit me like a ball of lightning, and I changed my attitude.
Wow.
I said, I'll just go with the flow. And
Accept
the daily newspaper said that if these two guys on the team next year, they're going undefeated. All those guys graduated, we were 31-0.
Oh, the next year.
City and national championship.
But you showed me a video and a clip.
Mm-hmm.
I think someone did a documentary about it, and the gentleman's talking about when he passed you the ball with a few minutes. Tell us about that. Was that your first year?
That would be my. What part are you talking about now?
When you they bring in the game, the only points you score, and they win the game.
Oh, that's in college.
College, okay. Well, we'll say that one day. We don't want to get into that one now.
That's in college.
Okay,
that was my dream shot.
We'll come back to that one then.
That made my jump start of my career. But in high school, so we went on to win, and they still went. Now we got new players, and here's the good news: they're all football players. They played on the football team, champion football team, about 5 of them.
So new players in basketball or new players?
The guys who didn't talk to us,
right?
They graduated.
Okay.
Right? All of them graduated.
Oh, so
now we got a whole new squad.
Right.
Nice guys, right? And 4 of them play football.
Okay, they play both sports.
They were tremendous football players. That was bigger than the basketball at the time.
Yeah.
And they came on the team. See, everybody think it was Tom and me. We've been lucky. We always had guys that could play.
Yeah.
We were usually 7 or 8 deep. If I came out the game, you get another player in. He won't play the same way I would, but he'll contribute.
Okay, he could hold his own.
You see what I'm saying? He won't do what I do.
Right.
But he'll contribute.
Right.
And we always had that in high school and college. And with the sevens, it was only 7 of us, but it was a funny thing when they didn't, these guys was right with us.
Right.
Got your back.
Right.
Don't worry about it. I got your back. It made our game easier.
They became your teammates.
Yeah, they were our teammates and not friends. Because here's the situation, right? We're from Harlem. Everybody's from Brooklyn. We didn't hang out in Brooklyn.
Right.
Right. We went back to Harlem, so these guys hang out together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they treated us really well, and we were winning, beat everybody, top teams. Matter of fact, 2 of the guys that we beat and played with was my teammates at St. Bonner's.
Okay, they went over to the college with you.
I used to see one of them. I go, open your shirt up a second. He said, well, if I wanted to see Tom's footprint on your chest.
Yeah, I
still talk to him. He's still around.
You was a little sarcastic guy.
I said, I want to see Tom's footsteps on your shirt, on your chest.
So help me understand. St. Francis was the private school that you went to.
Yeah. Big time. Still best ever. Still.
School there.
Today, no scholarships. Everybody pay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Now, yeah.
Yeah. So were you in that school when another tragedy struck and you lost your mom?
We were still in junior high school.
When you lost your mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Suddenly, she went to the hospital. She was 36 years old.
Young.
And I didn't know she was dying.
Right.
And she said to me, and Tom, she says, listen to your sisters. And she expired the next day.
Mm.
And the lady she worked for as a maid took care of everything.
Mm.
Yeah. Then came a situation. Took me a long time to get over it. When she died, her brothers just cut us loose.
So all the brothers and sisters that were there in New York just
cut us loose.
Wow.
Didn't ask to help us. We get on the train by ourselves and take my mother to our gravesite in Peoria. No one came to our aid, and we were in trouble. And our neighbors came to our help. And it got so bad that the social worker came to put me and Tom in foster homes.
Oh, you did go to foster
No,
home.
they were going to put us in foster
Okay,
homes.
right.
And my sister go, no, we'll take care of this. And my younger sister, get out.
Virginia. She was the heavy hand one. She took care of business, sound like.
My sister and my brother are the same. They're quiet, passive.
Your oldest
don't
sister.
Nobody don't bond over, this and that. And I always used to laugh at her, God rest her soul. I'll be what she said, oh, I don't want to get in my business. I'm going, what's your business? But we got really lucky because we had nothing. We went on for welfare. And I got a job, 2 jobs I was working.
How old?
I was 14.
Wow.
I was working in a grocery store, and I worked at a department store, in the shoe department, cleaning up and everything.
Right.
And then Tom got a job on the same block, right? And
So Tom had to be 12.
yeah,
Yeah.
we managed, right? And don't forget, my younger sister was still in high school. My older
Virginia.
sister, my older sister had a job.
Right.
And my grandmother always had some change.
Yeah, yeah.
In
a little handkerchief?
Yeah.
Yes.
She always had some change, right? And she'd deal it out to you. Right? She might have been getting a pension or something.
Right, okay.
Or she was Social Security. She was older.
Okay, yeah.
And then 2 years later, she passed away.
2 years after your mom.
Oh, man, that was devastating.
Wow.
Because she sort of brought us up.
Right.
So we took it out of Virginia, and no one came with us.
For your grandmother either?
Nobody came. We just did our own. But they never, and the other tragedies, what happened when I'm in St. Bonnet's, right? I went back and they called and said the apartment burned down.
During Thanksgiving?
I just left there. They had no place to stay. They were like homeless. And I called my aunt.
And at that time, you and Tom, or just you were in college?
I was in college.
The 3 of them were there.
I went like this. So I called my aunt, my mother's sister, who she took care of. Could at least stay there until we found a place. She, I'll talk to her husband. When she said that, I'm like, you ain't having it. Her husband don't have no say in her life. Nicest guy. She rules him. You follow me?
Right.
He had no say. When she said that, I go, oh, that's that. So my sister ended up staying with my junior high school teacher.
Which sister?
Both of them.
Both of the sisters,
My
okay.
junior high school teacher took them in, and my brother went to stay with a player, one of the guys
Played on the team.
Yeah, and never heard from him. Nothing.
Your family.
Nothing. Never heard
And
from him.
and you had at least a couple aunts and uncles that were there during that
moved
time.
to New York.
Right.
They were living with us at one time.
Yeah, that's right. So they lived with you.
For a time. Then they went, when my mother died, they weren't living with us.
Okay. But your mom passes away, your grandmother passes away, you have the house that catch on fire, and they weren't there to...
Not one of them.
Never found out why? Not that it mattered.
I thought about it. I don't know why. But what I did, I invited them to my wedding, all of them.
Did you?
And they showed.
They showed up.
For me and Sandy's wedding.
Where?
They
most
did. They all died.
they're all
They
deceased
cancer,
now.
But they showed. My sister, Virginia, and I invited them. I said, let them show up.
Now let's talk about that, because Virginia again. Well, I didn't get a chance to ever, of course, meet her, but she sounds like the enforcer of the family. How did she handle, even though she knew it was your wedding, and you weren't going to take your brother with you? How did she handle you're inviting our family who pretty much turned their back on us? Was she okay with that, or did
I
she?
talked to her about it.
Yeah.
She said, yeah. She's forgiving.
Yeah.
She said, invite them. My uncle, the one I told you about, the 2 kids, Pittsburgh fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Later on, right, his twins, he wanted them to grow up to be like me and Tom. which they did in a different way. One is a coach at Lehman College, and one is a coach at Delphi women girls team.
His kids.
His kids.
Okay,
His kids.
yeah.
Nicest guys, nice guys. And but no one brought us any food. They did nothing. And I invited them to the wedding, and with nice family portrait, with everybody. And I couldn't tough to look them in the eye.
Right.
But forgiveness sometimes, us being successful, which you might say we the revenge.
Yes.
Then we go with the NBA.
Right.
So
sounds to me like you did what your mom and your grandmother would have wanted you to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My mother was forgiveness. My grandmother was tough, right? And thank heaven, she used to sit in that window. We were on the first floor, and she made sure we came home. If you 1 minute late, she's about 4'11". You late, she's on the stoops.
Waiting for you.
You better have a good reason. But I used to laugh at it, right? She chased me one time in the South. I hit Tom, right? I hit him. I got mad with him. I hit him. She chased me all around the house, outside, and she finally caught me and sat on me. I'll never forget that. And I'm down crying. Then she says, "Now get up and go get me a switch, the old switch."
Yes.
To put the fear in people's lives.
Yes.
So I get the fattest one, obviously.
The fattest one?
The fattest one. But
Oh,
the skinny ones stink.
They hurt. That's right.
They stink.
That's right.
So the fattest one.
You bring a branch.
I think I did all the branches. But she, it was tough when she passed.
Yeah.
Because she suffered.
Your grandmother.
Oh, man, she suffered.
Oh, wow.
She really suffered. And she used to watch out. She did a nice job. And my sisters, God, I was blessed to have them.
So, are both your sisters deceased?
My older sister passed
Your
away.
older sister.
When I moved out, she passed away.
And where's Virginia?
Harlem.
She's stayed in Harlem?
She worked in the Board of Ed in the school for 35 years.
Okay.
And they made her quit at 80.
Oh, wow.
And she goes to the neighborhood. All the kids are now big. They know her.
They know her.
Right?
She still got that reputation. Don't mess with her.
Well, I don't know. No, but she stayed in Harlem and going to the same church with St. Philip's. But she was she never missed a game in high school. And she was in high school.
And she was in school too, but a different school.
She'd get on the train
Right.
and come to Brooklyn to see us play and then take us back home.
Right.
She was sort of a watchdog. And my older sister's the nicest lady. She had 4 kids, nicest lady. Just nice.
Yeah. That's good.
And, but my mother, whenever she called me Samuel boy, I said, ah. And my wife now and then does that. Samuel,
Does she?
I said, oh,
you know you're in trouble,
man,
huh?
what did I do now? What did I do now?
Yeah, my mom used to say, Michael James.
Oh,
I
you're
knew.
in trouble. You're in trouble.
There's an issue.
You're in trouble.
There's
an
an issue.
We did all right. We survived.
You did. You did more than all right.
You could have gave up.
You could have given up. You could have went down a totally different path. And then when you tell the story about how your family abandoned you, you could have held on to that grudge for a long time, and you didn't. And
we never looked up and said, "Why us?"
Right.
God, why are you doing it? We never even thought of that.
Right.
We're saying, what do we do to deserve this?
Right.
It must have been. The reason was great because of how we turned out.
Exactly. Yeah.
So he probably said, "I got you."
That's right. That's right.
I got you.
Your high school. You changed high schools. You guys are successful there. And is this where you can say that you and Tom, before it was a free agency type kind of deal, you two actually became one of the first free agents?
We were playing Cardinal. I wanted to go to Cardinal Hayes. Right.
That was the school close to you.
Yeah. But track.
Okay.
I was a track guy.
Okay.
All my buddies were going up there. So what happened? We beat Cardinal Hayes for the championship in the Garden. 18,000 in a high school game.
Wow.
After the season, Mr. Brother Tim called me into the office at the Osh.
1 second. I want to bring that into perspective. 18,000 back when?
1956.
That's a lot of people in 1956.
For high school.
High school. In the garden.
In the garden.
Wow.
And we beat Luke Connor's second team, St. Anne's, in the same spot, right? We beat Connor Hayes, and we had our glory, right? So a month later, Brother Tim says, the Archbishop from Connor Hayes wants you to come to the office. So I go to the office, and, there he is. He says, thank you, but we're, a little upset you beat our team, but we're going to transfer you to Cardinal Hayes, right? Because you're in our diocese, Catholic diocese. Because they used to do that with the diocese thing.
Well, explain that.
It's certain school in certain areas is a Catholic diocese, right?
Okay.
And if you're in that area, you go to that you go to that school,
right?
Right. I'm in Cardinal Hayes area, but so I should be going to Cardinal Hayes.
Got you. District, basically.
District,
yes.
right.
Okay.
So the Brother Tim was sitting like this, right? He says, so that'll be next year. And I says, I'm not Catholic. He looked at me. He says, well, how'd you get Harlem?
Oh, wait a minute. No.
I didn't do that.
Oh, you didn't? I was going to say, you can't skip that.
I didn't do that. He said, how'd you get, and you and I said, well, I'm not Catholic. And I says, anything else? He goes, Brother Tim, right? He said, I says, bye. And I left, and I tell everybody, me and Tom was the first free agent.
First free agent. He came to get you.
Basketball.
You're not going to beat my team, and I find out you live in my district,
Yeah.
and I let you go to another school. He was coming to get you guys.
He already had made up his mind. Like, it was like a dictator type thing. You will come. I'm like this. First of all, if I was Catholic, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Forget religion. If I wasn't Catholic, I'm Episcopalian at the time.
Right.
You can't do this. I was a little bit ahead. I was, 16. But you don't, and a wise guy too.
Yeah.
Almost a wise guy. But instead of saying, we think about you, could you transfer? I'm not. We're undefeated.
Right.
I'm on a great team. Got a nice coach who why would I? And I happen to like Cardinal Hayes because their basketball coach, I knew him.
Yeah.
I used to see him at events. He never asked me how come I didn't go to Cardinal Hayes.
Yeah, but he told the Archbishop, go get them. We need those guys.
Man, we only beat them by 1 point. They almost won the game near the end.
Okay.
Things happen. Brother Tim, he said, he looked, he said, I know what he's going to say.
Brother Tim wasn't worried. He knew.
He says, anything else? Never forget the look on his face.
So you guys stayed there, but you and Tom.
And the following year won another championship, 2.
First free agents, stayed home. Yeah. Well, you're right. I know it wasn't free agency back then, but
nobody heard of it.
You guys created it, obviously.
Another creation.
You guys definitely created it.
We stayed at the prep. They used to help us out with clothes and stuff.
So you felt that was your family.
Yeah, they helped us out.
Yeah,
they were there for us.
Yeah, that's great.
At the time when my grandmother died, because my mother was in junior high school.
Yeah.
But when my grandmother died, they were there for us.
Yeah, that's great.
I tell my sister, I swear to God, how did y'all do this?
That was my question. How did they manage to do it?
Even today, I ask her. Because I'm thinking back now,
right.
Of the times.
Yeah.
We ate potatoes for 3 meals a day, right? Any kind of 6 ways of making apples, 6 ways of making
6 ways of potatoes. So here's a question: do you eat potatoes today? Yeah,
when I first went to McDonald's, I said, hold the fries.
He ain't want no more potatoes.
Hold the fries. But they manage. They manage.
Yeah, sounds like it was a family there that even though your immediate family didn't step up, but you had an extended
We had
family.
extended family.
Right.
Well, one thing in 1951, there was this major scandal. I'm leading up to something with this in college basketball, throwing the games and things like that. Two of the guys was our hero in our block. Major players got caught in the scandal. District attorney arrested everybody, and my sister would say like this: "Don't get involved with somebody offering you money. We need money, but stay away from that."
Right.
Right? Okay. Which we did. So when Tom came down with tuberculosis, I called my sister to let her know some bad news. I says, Tom got tuberculosis. She says, "Oh, I thought you were going to say he was involved with the scandal." And I go, "No, he got tuberculosis." That's when she sat down and cried.
Yeah, it
But
dawned
she
on
had
her
that
then.
thing on the mind when I said I got some bad news.
Yeah.
Oh. Then she realized it hit her.
Right.
But because two of those guys, they were our heroes, man.
Yeah.
What I don't like about that is every year they talk about that scandal, but they don't talk about what those guys did after.
What they did after. Yeah.
They did one of them who just passed in '93. He got more kids scholarships. He went back and coached the same team that was in the scandal.
So they tarnished his reputation with one mistake that he made.
Really, and I talked to one of the guys. I said, Bob, I was riding with him to the Eastern League. He said, Sam, they didn't say lose the game. They just said don't win.
Don't win the game.
We had no idea what they were talking about. They said lose the game, we're gonna beat them up.
Right.
He says, don't win by 10 points, and you get $50 to 100.
As long as you won the game.
51, $50 and 100.
That's a lot.
He told me, he said, Sam, we had nothing.
Yeah.
Do you know what $50? He said, I got 100. Period.
And I was going to say that because of your tragedies, obstacles, and the pain with everything that happened, and not having a family, it was hard. It had to be difficult to resist that, or it could have been difficult. Now it sounds like you had the upbringing, and imagine those that grew up in similar situations of you that didn't have that, and turned to the drugs, turned to the drug dealers, turned to the taking money, and like you said, to them it was innocent. We still won the game.
They didn't say lose the game. We're not losing it. They won the only team to win NCAA NIT in the same year. You could play in both tournaments back then.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And these are tremendous ball, and they all got blackballed from going to the NBA.
Because of that scandal.
Even though they weren't taking that many blacks in the NBA back then either.
Yeah, we're gonna cover that, because when you look at the league today compared to back in 1950 or 1960s, as you were telling me,
Times have changed.
They have changed. But here's a tough question for you. Now you're going to college. You have multiple, and I learned something new today as we were talking. You received multiple offers to go to college. Now this is still during segregation, even up in the North. And with the history that you learned of the passing of your father and who was involved and what happened, you still chose to go to a small college in upstate New York with little to no African American students. Why?
Franciscans.
Explain that.
But they gave us a scholarship. Gave us an opportunity to jumpstart our career.
Right.
Right? And they looked after us. They were serious. They looked after us. But the teachings, how we were learning stuff that we would never learn in a public school, those type of things. We wanted to go to a Franciscan school. The one we wanted was St. Francis College in Brooklyn. They had no campus. So a guy I have lunch with every day, everybody didn't know this. He says, Sam, I'm going to send you, by the way, you got to know this guy. He said, I'm going to send you to St. Bonnie's because my brother's a star player up there, so I'm going to have you go to St. Bonaventure. I said, I go take a look at the school. His brother was Brendan McCann, who became the #1 draft choice for the Knicks, and I don't know how they know about it. But Roger was ahead of his time. He get kicked out of school, he comes back, referees for the Globetrotters.
Okay.
I see him sometimes, what are you doing in Buffalo? And he bring me jerseys, Knicks jerseys, Globetrotter jerseys, and Roger McCann. Everybody knew Roger. And he was 16.
16?
He was 16 when he was talking about going to Bonnet. Everywhere you look, there's Roger, right? Unfortunately, he passed away. But his brother was just the opposite. Brendan was the nicest guy who was there. When I got there, right, I said, nice, small school. We had no idea of integrating schools and stuff because I didn't know they didn't have any blacks. When I thought it was like, I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't think it was going to be like one other black there.
Right.
That shocked me. But I got there, and the difference is the guys on the team greeted me.
Okay, that's where I was going to go. You're different from when you went to your high school. Now you're in college.
Who became lifetime friends.
Oh, that's great.
Right. Larry's one of the guys that's in the clip of me making
he's
the one who said he made me.
Yeah, Larry said you wouldn't be who you were if it wasn't for him.
We're still together, but they greeted me with open arms. And I looked around, there's one other black guy there. Two of them. One lived off campus. And then don't forget, there was a lot of New Yorkers there, on the team. So New Yorkers knew who I was.
Right.
Right? I didn't know at the time until they told me, Sam, I was at Chaminade when you played us, right? And I always tell them, well, it wasn't memorable for you, was it?
So they didn't make an impression to you anyway. Oh, wow. So
but they welcome me,
Yeah, that's good. They welcomed you in, and that let's close this segment, and we're going to take a break and come back for part 2. You talk about that clip where Frank, is that his name? Larry.
As a freshman, I'm a scorer. You follow me? I was averaging 28 points a game as a freshman. But the varsity just wanted, NIT Cinderella team. They didn't win it, but they became a Cinderella team. And people just starting to know them a little bit. So then I became a sophomore, right, on 6 man on the bench. But I went on with the program. We averaged 45 a game. Each guy get 10. It was spread out, 10,
right.
10, 9. So I could have got 20 on any given night. But I went on the program, so I averaged like 10 points a game, right? So I didn't want to take the spotlight.
Right.
Because on the freshman team, my roommate, who was an Army guy, he called me Ak-Ak. He was in the Army, and he was telling me about the guy in the back of the plane. They called him Ak-Ak, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like this, because I took all the shots.
Okay.
He started calling me Ak-Ak. So I'm like this. Now we're going to play Niagara, which is a rivalry. It's 3 teams, Niagara, Canisius, Bonnet, in the Army. And we're playing, and I was just distributing the ball and doing what I had to do. And we're up by 1. And they call timeout, right? And the guy that I'm guarding is 6'5", one of my heroes in Harlem, Ben Franklin High School, Sawyer. Loved him. And I figured it out. When they throw the ball into him, I go meet the ball, game over, right? Now, start up, I went and I fouled him. You couldn't hear a pin drop.
Yeah, everybody's like, what did you do?
And he went to meet the ball, and I was all over him. All I heard was that whistle. Man, my heart dropped. He goes to the foul line. He makes the first one to tie the game. We call timeout again. I'm walking toward the bench with my head down. And the coaches call for another player to come in who's a choker, jump shooter, but you don't want him near the end of the game.
Yeah.
I said, I got he sees, wake up. We're going to do this. They call me season. It kept me in the game. So he made the shot. I don't really want to mess up again.
So you ain't with the ball.
I don't want to mess up. First time in my life, my plaque in St. Bonner's in the Hall of Fame says I was the best clutch player on the team. That's what I did, clutch.
Yeah.
That game, this is before I'm like...
Before you came who you are, exactly.
Moving the ball around, and we had a play. And the last one with the ball, shoot. So I got the ball, and Larry says, "Cease, drive." And I drove. The guy played me for the charge, and I banked it off the backboard at the buzzer. You saw the crowd running the court.
Went crazy.
And the next day, the paper had Sam's only field goal wins game.
Wins game.
I had one field goal. They were fouling me also. I went to fouling like 7, 8 times.
Uh-huh.
Man, if I missed that shot, this were crazy fans. Bonds got some of the crazy fans around. They'd have hurt me.
So they forgot about the foul.
And don't get my brother's in the stands because he's a freshman now.
Oh, okay.
Right? Man, you saw the crowd. I mean,
Yeah.
they were on the shoulder and stuff. That jumps. Then I started taking more shots.
Yeah.
The confidence level was there.
Right.
Right? I didn't worry about I could shoot. You know, but a lot of times I would pass it up just to keep everybody involved.
Right.
But Larry never let me down. He says, "I made your career." I told him one time, he's from Rochester.
Oh, he's from my hometown.
He's from Rochester. I said, "Larry, let me tell you something. The day a guy from Rochester showed a guy from Harlem how to play basketball, that'll be the day, right?" But Larry, we've been doing stuff for the new stuff.
Yeah.
I said, "You had a lot to do with my career." He was so glad to hear that. I said, I told his sons, I saw his sons in Jersey, and they knew the story, right?
Uh-huh.
I said, "Get him on the phone." I said, "Larry, you helped my career." He says, "I know." Now I'm
Glad you know
I'm
it.
glad you know. And you saw the clip what he
Yeah,
said. He said,
exactly.
But that's jumpstart. Then I took over. That was showtime.
Yeah.
We won 17 games in a row, and I was 18, 19 points.
Perfect.
I had confidence in my life.
We're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back to talking about your college career, being drafted to play professional basketball. Then we're going to also talk about life after basketball and the great things that you continue to do. So everybody, make sure you come back.
1, 2, 3, 4.